Welcome back. So in the previous video we have learned about the first hook in our React router hooks, and it was the use history. And I'm gonna take this video as an opportunity to continue with the two other hooks. So what I will do, I will say constant location, and as you guessed it, we will say use location. Let's go ahead and log our use or our location hook just to give an idea what we can use it for. Okay, so use location like so. And of course we should be able to see something on our home page, not right here. And indeed we got it right here. And you can see it's very simple. What we can do, we can go ahead and one of the most use cases, by the way, I don't remember where I have used the use location. Okay, but I think you can do it for something like this. So we can check if location, and by the way, we can also use this structuring over here. So for example, I only interested in the path name. So I will say if path name is equal to slash, then I'm just gonna render like something crazy. Okay, I will just say you are on the home page. Now again, you might be wondering, or you might be telling yourself this is the stupid things that you have ever run to, but again, this is what we will use it for. Okay, so if we take a look, you have a problem right here. Where's the problem? So unexpected of location. Of course we don't have location anymore, so I have to delete the log right here. Cool. So if we take a look, we can see you are on the home page. Okay, now this is something crazy, of course, because we already know that we are on the home page, but again, it will give you an access to the path or to the URL that with the location for our user. This could not be helpful in a lot of scenarios, but it could be in some scenarios. So again, this is one of the features that you could use it for, which is to give you an access to the location. And by the way, the history can do the same thing. It will also give you an access to the location that the user in, okay, in the URL, in the search bar, I mean. And again, some of the hooks does the same thing, but you don't need to use all of them. Okay, you can stick with one hook. We are not going to end this video right here. We are also going to explain use parameters, because I want to finish them, because it doesn't make sense to create another video for only this part right here. And basically the use params is basically give you the ability to access the parameters in your in your search bar. Okay, let me show you how to do that. Let's clear these dudes right here. Okay, and oops, we have it right here. I will just go ahead in our app.js, and here in our, for example, in our home page, if it's a slash home, and we can, for example, pass an ID right here. Okay, and if we take a look, here on the home page will not load until we pass something. Okay, and indeed we got this thing right here, because again, this is what we call it. This is a variable, by the way, okay, the ID, and we can pass it as a parameter for our hook, or sorry, for our route. Okay, and this could be helpful when you want. Let me show you a very good scenario where you want to use it. I'm gonna load our friend, which is Bookshin. If I go to the books area right here, we can see I'm not gonna be able to load any details for any book until I let's say go ahead and click on the details. Let me show you. You can notice the search bar right here first of all, and if I click, for example, on this one right here, I want you to focus on the slash books right here. If you click on it, we can see we have this random ID right here, and this is a parameter called an ID. Okay, we have called it an ID in my application, but again we call it parameter. Okay, and this is really powerful, which allow you to show different content depending on the ID right here. Make sense? And this is how you can pass it. Okay, so again, we have pass an ID right here. So whatever going to be added after the slash, it is a dynamic value. Make sense? So what I can do right here, I can make use of constant let's call it params for the time being. It should be equal to useParams. Okay, and what I will do very simply, I will just say log params. Okay, when our page got loaded, if you take a look, we need to go ahead and add some parameters right here, and there we have it. We have the ID right here. And by the way, none of the hooks that we have talked about give you the ability to do that. So if we say, for example, history, I mean, give you direct access to the parameters. So use, for example, history. Okay, and we can log the history, log our history. Okay, if we take a look right here, we can see we have the here is our direct access to the parameters. If we take a look right here, we can see we have all these things right here. Okay, it gives you the path name, it gives you all these capabilities, but again, I'm trying to get a direct access to our parameters. Okay, and this is how you can do it. Okay, this is how you can get access to your parameters utilizing the useParams hooks. And if you are familiar with the previous one, with the previous way of doing things, then you are going to get an object like this called match. And let me show you. If we don't use these parts right here, we can say log match. Okay, and match.params. Whatever, I don't know. For example, we can see we have to log match.params. Okay, params, params, I have misspelled it, like so. We are gonna get the ID. Okay, and by the way, this is the old way of doing things. Now with the useParams, you don't need to pass anything as a props. What is the benefit of doing that? Well, that will just give you a clearer syntax. That should be it. Again, this is the use history, the useParams, and the use location. Of course, there are a lot of stuff that you can do with them, but I'm not going to show you them right now. We have a real application that we are going to build. This video, or this few small videos, is just to explain them as a plain hooks. Okay, that should be it. That should be it. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the use callback. Really, really, really powerful one. So I will see you in another one.